I was one of those people that didn't really believe in marriage.
You know,
Right?
plenty.
Yeah,
You.
I never really did because I am an ambitious person. I had the idea that in marriage, women are always allowed to like
Shrink themselves.
shrink themselves.
Hmm.
So I'm like, I don't see myself shrinking myself in any marriage. So I always never really believed in it. So growing up, I was really surrounded by a lot of marriages that I'm just like, this woman has so much potential. Why is she? Even my mom, for my mom, it was a choice for her. It was
Yeah.
after, I now understood everything that I realized it was a choice for her. Because at 10 months in marriage, I felt settled. I was like, okay, the child can come now and all of that. I used to say that my pregnancy story is funny. It felt like when I put it in mind that I didn't want a child until after a year, it felt like I entered the covenant with God. I never tried anything to not be pregnant. I did not do
Family planning.
I was just
You're just going on.
God, I'm not ready. Now I won't advise this. But
Because
I definitely will not advise it because you go shock. From the very first time I did scan till I gave birth, I had
Kilo
high blood
day.
pressure.
That's
Even
scary.
till after the postpartum.
It took a
It
while.
took a while before it went down.
Yeah.
I think it took like almost 9 months. Yeah, before my blood pressure went down. Before I even got pregnant, I already made up my mind that I was not going to go through labor.
Oh, no more.
Like there's nothing else used to convince me. I was
Yeah.
not one of those women that would say,
Hebrew
women, I'm not interested. Take your Hebrew women thing. Like I admire people that go through that. I was just not interested. I already had that kind of mindset even before I got pregnant. And so when I got pregnant, when it was close to EGD, in fact, when I started antenatal, when they were trying to like tell us, oh, this is what to do
when you want to push.
so that your push should come, I did not used to pay attention because I was not interested. It was towards the end that I was like, let me pay attention because
just in case.
I was really cranky postpartum. Now imagine how cranky. God, I was cranky.
Yeah.
Any small thing, if you touch me, if you cry too much, I will drop you.
Today's episode is extra special because the guest I have today is an inner member of my is it Kakos? Wait till I go call him now. And we're speaking on motherhood, faith, and purpose. And she's going to speak on business and entrepreneurship because we'll be looking at 9 different spheres of influence, across motherhood and all. And if I did not bring her here, this thing that we are doing here is not complete. It's not complete. So I have somebody here. She's a fine girl. Yeah, hey, show us yourself. My darling, can you introduce yourself? You don't introduce yourself well, I'll do introduction for you. Oh yeah, introduce yourself.
Wow, my head don't swell now. I forgot what I want to say. My name is Ini Macaulay.
Hello.
Thank you for having me here. What am I? I'm a lot of things.
Should I introduce you?
Yes, introduce me.
Testing. Is this mic working? I want to introduce my friend to you. Her name is Ini Macaulay. She's the CEO of Quemix, a big bakery. She's the CEO of Sparks. What do we make it? It's not diffusers, homemade scents, all of that. Good. Is it content marketer that you're doing? A digital marketer. She's also a tech girl. Do you understand?
Jesus.
She's also a business coach. You see this podcast that you're seeing? She's part of the brains. The thought process behind this podcast. So she's a lot of things. She's a mom, she's a wife, she's a friend, and that is my friend. That's all, period. Yeah, clock it. I see why I had to bring her here because there's so much wisdom, you have to pick from this woman.
Okay.
So, my friend, how are you doing? Now I've introduced you. Do you think that suits your profile, or there's more you want to tell us?
No, there's no more.
Yeah, okay. You want to keep it?
That's fine.
Love
fine.
it.
Thank you.
So, we want to talk about motherhood first, right? We want to talk about your journey before the motherhood, before pregnancy, then labor, then postpartum. So, just walk us through your journey.
So before pregnancy, like marriage or career, which one?
So as it relates to motherhood first, we'll still
Okay.
talk on career and all of that. So
Okay.
just what was like your thought process before you became a mom? What were you thinking? Because some moms have told us that they were afraid. There were some that were just wanted to spend time with their partner. There were some people that So what was it like for you?
Yeah. So I think for me, first of all, I was one of those people that didn't really believe in marriage
Hmm.
before I got
You know,
married.
plenty.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I never really did because maybe I just felt like because I am an ambitious person,
Mm-hmm.
I had the idea that in marriage, women are always allowed to like
Shrink themselves.
shrink themselves.
Hmm.
So I'm like, I don't see myself shrinking myself in any marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So I always never really believed in it. Not
Sorry, already
until
this makeup is fine. No, I'm just maybe because it's the light. I'm just seeing the
this is how we
blush.
this is
The
how we are. Oh.
Emma Bino.
This is
I
how we
told
are.
you that my friend that is here, so they'll continue. Come, we talk it the rest later.
Don't
Mhm.
distract me. I know I'm a fine girl.
Oh, okay,
Please.
okay,
Ah.
it's fine, it's fine.
Alright.
Oh
Yeah, not until like my final year in school.
my god.
I was fortunate to attend a very good fellowship when I was in school. And so that fellowship was sort of like what changed my mindset
Hmm.
about marriage. And I'm like, doesn't sound bad. Okay.
I can give this a
But like,
try.
yeah, but I still wasn't like, I must get married. Like, I was not one of those girls that say, by 25, I must have been married.
I must have this number of
No, I
children.
was not.
Hmm.
My own was, maybe by 26, I should own a bank.
Ah,
By 27,
see,
like,
ask my friend. See, it's true,
I
Ini.
still
I'm
don't
going to
own a
live a soft
bank
life.
anyway.
You own it. Don't worry. I have plans for her
No,
success.
God, please. Yeah, but so it was when I now moved to Lagos. In fact, I used to say coming to Lagos was literally God ordained.
Hmm.
Because based on like maybe connection that my parents had or something, I would probably be in Ibadan and I would
Hmm.
still be doing okay.
Hmm.
Like fairly, I think maybe not,
Hmm.
but like I think I'll still be doing okay. But I remember after school, I was just like, I don't want to stay here. I'd never
Yeah.
been to Lagos before.
Hmm.
I've never like nothing. I'd never been to Lagos. So 2018 was literally my first
Time.
time. Oh, I've been to Lagos once when I ran away from school.
Ah ah
But that's by the way.
ah ah ah.
That
Ah.
was just one time. But 2018 was like the very first time that I like stepped into Lagos
Mm-hmm.
for NYC and all of that. So and of course God like ordained my steps to find my
Yeah.
church
Yeah.
currently. And that was when it was after I joined the church
Mm-hmm.
that the proper idea of marriage like sat through me. So growing up, I was really surrounded by a lot of marriages that I'm just like, this woman has so much potential. Why is she?
Mm.
Why is she
Mm.
doing this? Even even my mom, but for my mom it was a choice for her. It was
Yeah.
after I now understood everything that I realized it was a choice for her.
Yeah.
My mom had opportunity to like go to the university, like grow up in rank. My mom was working in the hospital
Okay.
before she had me, and when she got pregnant, she quit her job
Hmm.
in the hospital. And then she had the opportunity to like go for like school of nursing training, become a nurse, become a matron, and all of that. And she just let go of everything. And so whenever she's telling that story, I'm usually like, I don't
Why?
understand. Why? Why you just let go of everything? Like it doesn't make sense. She'd be like,
Hmm.
that she just let go of everything because she wanted to. And sometimes in our conversation, you could feel like she really wanted it.
Hmm.
But the only way she understood how to take care of a child was to quit whatever
Hmm.
quit her ambition. She never
Yeah.
really saw the
Possibility of doing
possibility of
both.
doing both. She was just
Hmm.
like, she doesn't feel like she would be able to, raise if she was still at the job. So all those things just doesn't make sense to me. I'm just like, if this is it, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
interested. Like, I don't want
Hmm.
it.
Yeah.
Right. And so it was after I came to Lagos, joined my current church, and they started talking about marriage. In fact, I remember the very first Love Code month that I attended. I didn't want to come to church that month because I'm like,
Because I.
you people, please, can you people just stop it? I was just like, but then I just attended as per I'm already a member, and it was then that I started learning better
Hmm.
about the idea of marriage and all of that. I'm like, oh, okay, this thing is actually not as complicated. And
Yeah.
then I started seeing possibilities of
Around you.
around, not just in marriage, also in motherhood. When I eventually like got married, fast forward to when I got married,
Mm-hmm.
right? So before I got married, first of all, of course, my husband and I had talked that maybe like first year. I never really had issues with children. I just knew that me, I don't want many children.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. First of all, the mindset was from the fact that, of course, I wanted to be able to do a lot of things. I also know deep down that I would do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Um, what exactly they were,
You did not
I
know.
didn't know,
Hmm.
right? But I knew that there was a lot of things that I would do.
Mm-hmm.
And so so when I was going to get married, we talked about children. I said, two is fine. Can you come? When? I'm like, as long as it's not the first year of marriage, anytime
Yeah.
is fine. So my husband and I just had a conversation. Fast forward to when I got married. Of course, when I got married, we're not financially buoyant, quote and
Hmm.
unquote, right? And so I knew that if a child came at that point in time, that child would suffer. That one was given. You know those where people will say it's children that bring good luck. I say yes. It's not like I don't
I
believe
don't
it,
believe it
oh.
so
I
much.
believe it, but let there be some luck.
Yes.
So
You know, good. Talk us of luck.
let there be some luck. Then when the child comes, the child will build on it. That kind
Mm.
of thing. And so I there was a time, there was now around the period where I felt I was ready.
Hmm.
It was more
And
like a
was it
feeling.
after like your agreed waiting
Yeah, it
time?
was not even after. It was like close to. It was about,
Okay.
so as at 10 months in marriage,
Okay.
I felt settled. I'd
Hmm.
done a couple of things. I didn't exactly have money, but I felt like I was mentally ready
Yeah.
at that point in time. So I felt like I'd settled. Remember that I came to Lagos in 2018, and since that 2018, between that 2018 to 2022,
Mm-hmm.
my life really moved fast. Like it
Lorraine.
was really fast pace. Everything was not positive. So
Yeah,
no be
yeah.
glory.
There was a story.
There was, yeah, but COVID, everything, there was just a lot that happened for someone that just came to a city for the first time
Mm-hmm.
within that period.
Mm-hmm.
And so as at 10 months in marriage, I felt settled. I was like, okay, a child can come now and all of
Mm-hmm.
that. I used to say that my pregnancy story is funny. It felt like when I put it in mind that I didn't want a child until after a year, it felt like I entered the covenant with God.
Hmm.
So the reason why I said so is I never tried anything to
Hmm.
not be pregnant.
Hmm.
I did not do
Family
planning.
planning.
I was just
You're just going on. Ha.
it felt like, God, I'm not ready. Now, I won't advise this, but
Because
I definitely won't advise it because you go shock.
you go to say that the same thing.
Yeah, but this is my belief. I
Yeah.
strongly believe that it was more of a
Divine
divine
arrangement.
arrangement. Like,
Hmm.
if a child come true, that child go suffer. Not even just financially, emotionally. I don't
Yeah.
think I was there. And so, as at 10 months, when I thought about it, like,
Hmm.
I think I'm actually
Ready.
ready. I remember Pastor Judip called me and he was
Hmm.
like, he just called me out of the blue. So, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. So, at that 10 months, yes, that's the funny thing. I was already scared
Hmm.
that I didn't try anything to not be pregnant. And I was not pregnant.
Hope nobody say I get
Hey,
problem.
any problem?
Ah,
So
God.
I was actually already scared. Not even way before 10 months because it just felt strange that
It's true because you're not really like at least mistakes supposed to happen now.
at least you say, mistake don't happen, right? And I was like, something is wrong. Hope it's
Uh-uh.
not that I have a problem,
Hmm.
And I was always thinking about it that it looks like I have a problem. It looks like I have a problem. But then I would tell myself that, oh, next year, if when we not actively, like
Are trying,
intentionally are
yeah.
trying and it's still the same thing, I'll just
Mm-hmm.
go to the hospital, do tests and all of that. But somewhere at the back of my head, I was actually scared that what if?
Hmm.
what if I'm unable to? What if it's because, and I started asking myself question, what if it's because all those things that I said in school, that I will never get married? I'll never,
Hey,
never
that you use your own mouth to
use my
cover
mouth to curse
yourself.
myself, And so I remember that that evening that Pastor Joe just called me and was like, "Hey, Ini, what's up? How are you?" I said, "I'm good." He said, "You just came to my mind, thought to call you. Is there something that you really want right now?" And I just told him that,
I dey
well,
find
it's not
pikin.
really like I'm looking for, but I think I'm ready. I can't remember how I phrased it, but I just told him that, oh, this is what's on my mind
Yeah.
currently. And he just said, God said I should tell you, no problem. Like, literally.
Mm.
So I'm like, okay,
Thank
moving
you.
on. Thank you. And I'm kind of like the person that I take prophecies seriously,
Yeah.
especially when it comes from people that I honor.
Yeah.
I take it seriously. So if you
Mm-hmm.
say it, I most likely won't bother about it again
Yeah.
because it has come from this person.
Yeah.
And so moving on, I just went about my life. 2 months later, I found out I was pregnant.
Hallelujah.
Glory to God. I found out I was pregnant. And in fact, the way I knew I was pregnant was I was not feeling. So this is into my pregnancy story.
Yeah.
My pregnancy was not really the typical pregnancy story.
Hmm.
Sometimes I don't like telling it because when I say it, it feels like I'm just bragging.
Hmm.
I didn't have the regular sickness that, in fact, if not for my belly, you will not know that I was pregnant.
And I agree.
That's how my pregnancy was. Down to the day that I went to give birth, I was driving.
Ha.
Like it was
You went to
that.
bake, Seth. This
I
gay.
was at the exactly. I went to bake. So it was after I finished baking. I was like, wait, so doctor said I should come. Doctor, I'm on my way.
Good.
And so when I found out I was pregnant, I just knew that something was off about my body. It's not like I was feeling sick or something. I was like,
Why am I feeling this?
I don't
Yeah.
feel okay. I was just, and I remember that, wait, they pray for me.
Hmm. It
Abi,
don't
it don't
happen.
happen, and I went to the test, yada, yada, yada. So moving on, meanwhile, before that, at the point where I knew that I was ready, I did a lot of research.
Hmm.
Oh, Jesus. One of the things that I even feel made me feel ready
Hmm.
was the person I was working with then.
Hmm.
She had a toddler, and because I was working very closely with her, I would see the way she relates with the child, and I'm just like, this is so beautiful. Like, I
Hmm.
want this. Like, there was
Hmm.
just this intentionality in how she wanted to raise the child, in the kind of words and activities, different things, and I would just look at it. And I'm like, the child does not understand what you're saying, but
But
there's just that
yeah.
intentionality. I was just like, this is really beautiful. I
Mm-hmm.
want something like this. And so I literally watched her relate with her child for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I felt like there were some things that I had knowledge on. In fact, he raised a lot of mindset I had about bringing up a child.
Yeah.
I never really saw um that phase as something you have to be intentional about.
Yeah.
I just used to think that
Ah, they don't know anything
when you
now.
just give birth, exactly when you give birth, you just maybe it's to be bathing, wearing clothes for them, all those kind of things. I never really, also because I was already an adult when my
Hmm.
parents decided to have my sister. So I saw a baby process.
Hmm.
I won't say they were not intentional. I'm just saying that
Yeah,
it was
yes, I get.
it
It
was
was
really
just
basic.
basic.
It was really basic. Like wake up, eat. There was nothing like, oh, it's bedtime. Let's go to bed. Talking to the child as if the child
Is
is
an adult and
like is an
understands
adult and
you.
understands, having conversations, communicating, asking questions. Sometimes I'll be like, why are you asking? The person cannot talk. Why are you asking? She cannot answer you now. And it forced me to read up a lot
Hmm.
about, raising a child.
Hmm.
And so I did a lot of research. I even did a lot of research around pregnancy. Like, okay, how do people feel first, those first
Trimester.
trimester, second trimester, third trimester? How do people feel? I experienced one of my mommy's pregnancies as well. So I knew that good. My pregnancy was sort of like my mom's.
Hmm.
My mommy too never really had first trimester. I never really saw her.
sick or
sick or
anything
anything
or
at all. In fact, when my mom went to give birth, we didn't know too. My dad just came back home and said,
baby has come.
you
Oh.
people have younger sister, and I'm like, me, I was even telling him that it's a lie. That mommy that went out, she'll soon be back, that kind of thing. So I had to, it was when I now started reading up and I started hearing stories about other people. And Instagram has this thing of when you start researching a lot of
You
things,
start seeing
they start
other.
popping up in your, exactly. So I would say that to some extent, I was really intentional about my pregnancy.
Hmm.
I was really intentional about what I ate, what I didn't eat, things that I did. And I also tried my best to find out how I could still actively work
Hmm.
while still being pregnant. I won't deny the fact that I had that grace, I had that
Yeah.
strength, because it's
Yeah.
not the same for everybody.
Yes.
Absolutely not the same. And it doesn't mean that another woman is less,
Yes.
strong. Is not as
Yes.
strong as I am, or no, it doesn't mean that at all. I just said that maybe because of how I was built, or maybe I don't really know. Really,
It just worked for you
it
that
just really
way.
worked for me that way, and so I learned a lot, researched a lot. I would sit down and just be watching, trying to just renew my mindset on how pregnancy should be and how
Mm-hmm.
motherhood should be,
Hmm.
and prepping myself
Hmm.
for the birth. I
Yeah.
would say something, Sha. Before I even got pregnant, I already made up my mind that I was not going to go through labor.
Oh, no more.
Um, uh, like
Hmm.
there's nothing else used to convince me. I was
Yeah.
not one of those women that would say,
Hebrew women.
Hebrew women, I'm not interested. Take your Hebrew women thing. Like, I admire people that go through that. I was just not interested.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just like, I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm. It's
don't
true. I've
I,
met women like that, and that's okay.
I don't
Yeah.
want to. I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to experience it. And I already had that kind of mindset even before I got pregnant. And so when I got pregnant, when it was close to EDD, in fact, when I started antenatal, when they were trying to like tell us, oh, this is what to do
When you want to
so
push.
that your push should come, I didn't know to pay attention because I was not interested. It was towards the end that I was like, let me pay attention
Just in
because
case.
just in case, just in case. So I had already had it in mind that, no matter how much it would cost, I wanted CS.
Yeah.
I told my husband was cool with it. Of course, my husband was like, oh, anything, that's fine, So I already had that in mind.
One of the doctors, I know sometimes some doctors don't even want to do it for you as a first time mom. They'll say first go through labor.
Oh, well, fortunately for me,
Hmm.
I could not even do labor because of my child. It was
Oh.
really big. It was
Uh-uh.
4.1.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. So, which sort of like brings me to my delivery story. So, the day my EDD
Hmm.
was for people that probably don't know what EDD is. This
Expected
expected
day of
delivery,
delivery.
yeah.
Yeah.
So my EDD was initially, it's always like plus or minus 2 weeks.
Yes.
So it was supposed to be September 27th to
Mm-hmm.
October something. It
Mm-hmm.
was around that time. But I remember telling gosh, God is so funny. I remember saying it casually that it would have been nice if the ED, since it's September, it would have been nice if it was the same birthday as my husband. That
Yeah.
so I'll just be doing one birthday together.
Together.
I just like jokingly said it. But it realistically was not even possible. Like
Possible. Yeah.
minus
Looking at the
2 weeks is not
years.
even first
Yeah.
week, right? So um as at last week of August, I was normal. I wasn't feeling anything. In fact, the day that I eventually like now got admitted to the hospital to
Mm-hmm.
have my CS, it was just let's go to the hospital.
Wow. Let's just go and do
Yeah,
checkup.
let's go just go and do checkup. My husband and I were just like, let's go and do checkup, or let's just be sure that everything is fine. As a third trimester, I had stopped going for antenatal. Don't do this at home.
I don't understand why.
I
For
was tired.
please don't do this at home. Don't be like Ini. You know I've told you people that she's my don't be like Ini. Don't be
I
like
was
Ini. In third
tired.
trimester, you stop going for antenatal.
I was tired. I was like, what? When it's close to the date, I will go again.
How your husband like? Was it like it was just okay with it?
I was tired of telling me to go. I was exhausted. You know how exhausted. Gosh.
Yeah, yeah.
Apart from well, even though I was not sick and all of that, every other distress, uncomfortable,
Yes, because
this
you're
thing,
still pregnant. You are
third
still
trimester, I could not
pregnant.
lie down to sleep.
Yes.
I used to,
I,
this
I,
is
in
how I used to
fact,
sleep.
I forgot to say that pregnancy is in the third trimester.
Yeah.
You will
That's when
know
you
that,
feel it.
okay,
It's even,
I am like the weight,
ah,
the heaviness
nah, 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 nah.
rests
You
in third
know,
trimester.
yeah, I used to
Yes.
sit down. I sat down to sleep throughout third trimester. I can't imagine. How can somebody be
And
sitting
into
down to
sleep.
sleep? You know. So I was just really exhausted, and I was just tired. I was like, you know what? God has seen me so far.
You will see me to the end.
You see me to the end. I had a lot of, like, I battled high blood pressure throughout my pregnancy. Oh yeah,
Hi.
I did. I had that as well. It was so bad. Doctors were scared.
How
You
high
like you
was
could
it?
see it in their face. I had up to 185.
Hello day.
Yeah.
I was it jumping up and down. They say you should stay on bed rest. And you did not stay on
No,
bed
I
rest.
did though. I did for 1 week.
Wow. So I'm supposed to say, wow, like, wow, that's so great.
Oh my God, that's why I say that. See, God really just gave me the grace. I won't do it again, shall, because sometimes it's just like
Mm,
God really just gave me the grace, right? If of course I know better now, I would
yeah.
rest
Not
better.
risk
I will
it.
not risk
Yeah.
it. Yeah, before
It's
I
a
was
high
just
risk.
it
Oh.
was, yeah, he was. I know that he was.
Hmm.
I had throughout from first trimester till, like, from the very
Ah,
first time I did scan till I gave birth, I had
kilo
high blood
day.
pressure.
That's
Even
scary.
till after postpartum,
It took a while.
took a while before it went down. I
Yeah.
think it took like almost 9 months. Yeah, before my blood pressure went down.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, it was that bad. So, and it was really scary. Sometimes I would see it in the doctors' faces when they try, and they're like,
Check. And you
Madam,
have mind though.
Madam, are
So,
you
so
resting?
you stopped
Yeah,
going for antenatal knowing that you had that kind of BP.
because I was tired of hearing it. I was
Hmm.
hearing it every antenatal. Okay, what are you people doing about it? Like, you are telling me, you have given me drug. Like, I was tired. It was really exhausting. Like, I would leave antenatal thinking, for someone that has high blood pressure, should I be thinking, So for me, it was sort of a way to
Just cope.
just cope. Like, let me just try to see, I'm almost there.
Yeah.
Let me just try to see you through. I did, of course, I did everything they asked me to do. I tried to rest, emphasis on try to rest. I used my drugs, I
Yeah.
did everything they asked me to do, what to eat, what not to eat.
Yeah.
I did all of that. I was just really tired of hearing. It just felt like every time I heard it, I was scared for my life,
Hi.
because the look, the any small thing. Madam, are you resting? Madam, are you shaking the cup? Madam, are you? I'm like, I'm resting. Oh. You people will not believe it. I'm actually resting. Like, I'm using my drugs. I'm doing everything. So why is it not going down? I don't know. That's your job.
That's you was
That's your job. I don't know. So that's why I literally stop. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to hear this thing again. If I go, it's the same story. They'll tell me, put me on drugs and all of that. And so I just had that um phase, let it go. And so this fortunate day, remember I said my EDD was September into October.
Yeah.
I It was a Saturday morning. I was just like, husband was like, let's go to the hospital, right? Went to the hospital for a scan, and then the doctor was not like, I should go and do one specific scan, that something is not right with the scan. Honestly, my first thought was, you people have come again. You people have come again. What again this time around? The way my stomach is big, you want to be stressing me, So I remember telling the doctor that, okay, is it urgent? Is it urgent? Can I go and come back? It was not like, it's urgent, or if you can do it now, do it now. Fortunately, my husband was there with me, so I had to do it. If it was not there, I would not have done it immediately.
You would have gone.
Because I thought it was just their
Their
usual
normal way, yeah.
And so we went to do that scan. While we were waiting for the results, I went to the bakery to do some work and all of that. Like I said, I felt normal. I felt okay. And when I got back, doctor was not like, madam, thank God you came today. Oh, this baby has come out today.
Sorry to interrupt your viewing. I know you're enjoying the conversation, but our goal is to reach more people and we need your help. So can you take a moment to subscribe to this channel, like this video, drop a comment and share this video with that man or woman. Also, I have a book titled how to overcome the fear of pregnancy and motherhood. This is for every woman who desires to have a child or children but you're afraid to. You can get a copy of this book using the link in the description or on your screen right now. Okay, let's get back to the video.
Hi.
I'm like, today as well. Like, I'm not prepared though. I'm not prepared at all. Like, so because one of the reasons why I didn't want to do labor, go through labor was because I have a very low threshold for pain. Oh, no, I can't start pain. So, and even though I had not physically witnessed it,
You.
I've heard. So
It's
I'm just,
painful.
yeah, I've heard a lot of stories. I'm like, I have to prep my mind. Even the, CS, I was like,
Yes, it's still
it's too
something.
sudden. I have to prep my mind that, oh, he's here, oh, like,
Mm.
and, the man was not like, oh, let's check how many. Are you sure you are not in labor? I'm like, is that how labor is? So I'm like, if I'm in labor, I don't know.
Eh.
Like, if it wasn't painful, I must say, okay, let's check how far gone you are because your baby is already in position to come out. There's no
Oh.
space,
Ah.
struggling to breathe.
Ah.
It was really serious. So it was like, thank God you came in. I'm like, oh, God really ordered our steps,
Yeah.
I was like, thank God you came in today. Oh, this guy is struggling to breathe. He has to come out. I'm like, struggling to be. I still did. So initially, I was already like beating myself up that, if I had gone for
Hmm.
antenatal 2 weeks ago,
You would have seen this
they would have
thing.
seen this thing. I was like, hey, God, I beg,
Ah.
just have mercy on me, please. I'm sorry. And the doctor was like, okay, because it was already around evening, they will not be able to do it that day. They'll schedule me for morning because I've already eaten and all of
Yeah.
that. So I have to
Yeah.
not eat. They'll schedule me for morning or more. So the morning was September 3rd. My
Hmm.
husband's birthday is September 4th. I
Oh.
now teased the doctor again. I said, can we push it?
You're not serious.
The doctor said, are you serious? I was like, doctor, since I've come this far, can we just push it one day? God, I'm not serious,
You
really.
are not. Oh. I'm so good. It was just the mercy of
I'm
God.
telling you. And doctor was like, Madam, are you serious? This thing is more serious than you think. Like, it has to. I'm like, okay, I just said that.
I said, let me ask now.
Okay, that's fine. And so, I did my surgery, and the story of my surgery is another story entirely. Oh
What
God.
happened? Tell us. That's why we are here.
So my surgery was for 6:45 or so thereabout. I think that I can't remember vividly now. One of the doctors, maybe the surgeon or the anesthesiologist, I
Mm-hmm.
can't remember which of them. One of the person that was actually initially supposed to be on my own, in my own theater,
Mm-hmm.
was unavailable. So they had to get somebody, which shall prolonged the time.
Yeah.
So they changed time again. I'm like, okay. And so when they changed times, I think it's the anesthesiologist. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I don't want to be specific. So when it was time, I shall went into the surgery, to the theater, said I should lie down. And that's when they started bringing the knife and all. I'm like, I don't understand. People will not put me to sleep.
Uh-uh.
The doctor now said, put you to sleep. No, you're not in critical condition. We would
You
rather not put to sleep.
put
We
to
only
sleep
put to sleep
in
if
critical.
in
Okay.
critical condition. And I said, no, that's not why I signed up. Oh.
You wanted to sleep.
That's not why I signed up for CSO. That me, I wanted to sleep. I don't want to know what's happening.
Oh
So the doctor
my
was
God.
like, "Oh no, don't worry. That they've already given me anesthesia. I won't feel it. I won't
Yeah.
shake it." I'm like, "Please, are you sure?" I said, "Doctor, if you pay me, I will scream." Oh. I was just like really. They thought I was
Concerned.
joking, but I'm like, I'm not joking. No, this is
Yeah.
why I signed up for this. And he was like, no, don't. You won't feel it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, great then. So he said, what I would feel when the baby is about to come out
Come
is
out.
like a punch. Like,
Oh.
not really a punch, but like, yeah,
Yeah, they are get,
like
yeah.
something is pulling me.
Yeah.
That's all I'll feel. It's not pain.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay. Then I remember when I removed the tooth, that was the same thing
They said,
the dentist told me. So I remember that one. It wasn't painful. So I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay. If it's like
that
that,
one.
then it's fine. Lol.
I see you, I was pinning you.
First of all, the anesthesia did not work. Yes, that was the first of all thing. It did not work. So as they cut it like this, ah,
You think you're running away from pain.
I first of all, I said, stop it. If you see where I shouted, stop it. The surgeon was shocked. Like, what's happening? Can you feel it? I said, I can, obviously. That's why I shouted. Obviously, I can feel it. And so you could see they really tried, because they tried not to show to
What?
me
Yeah. What
that
you?
something was wrong. They tried their best not to show. So the surgeon was really just saying, calm down, ma. It's nothing. It's nothing serious. Just calm down. We need you to be calm.
Let me
You need
close my
to be,
mouth. My mouth has been open for too long.
we need you to be calm. I said, I'm not calm. I'm not calm. If you cannot make it not pay me, don't remove the child. Leave it like that. I'm like, I'm not calm. And so the surgeon was just trying to talk to me that I should calm down. They were
Trying
going
to
to give me like extra 10 minutes
doses
or 5 minutes. No, they said they were going to give me time for the anesthesia to kick in,
kicking.
that maybe had not kicked in. So I said, okay, better. Let's wait. All of us wait. I was like a mad woman that day. I was like, let's all wait. Nobody should touch anything. And so the surgeon said something, and he said, Madam, you need to think about the baby, not you this time around. This child has to come out.
And your surgeon was really patient
Oh,
though.
he was.
Because some
He
other people.
was. No, it was. I think it was the surgeon that was supposed to take me that was in. I think this was the second surgeon they brought in.
Thank
That's
God.
exactly.
It's like God
So,
knew.
like, God knew that, something like this would happen and all of that. And I can't remember vividly. I think it said something about because they didn't have time to do proper what's that thing they call it? That thing where they test which anesthesia works
Oh,
for
okay.
you.
They do that.
Yeah, they do that apparently.
Mm.
So there's a regular one
And
that
then there's
should
the
work.
okay.
But then there's if they do proper tests,
they could
they
have
would have known that this one you need
okay.
extra, those kind of things. And so because they didn't have that time, they didn't plan for it. They didn't
Mm.
expect that the anesthesia won't kick in time. So we had extra 5 minutes. The surgeon was like, Madam, I'm sorry, we have to do this. You have to close your eyes. It will still kick in, but we can't wait. So, gosh, I don't even like remembering it. I was traumatized. Let me just put it that way. I was so traumatized that after I gave birth, I could not move near a knife for like 6 months. Yes, that's how bad it was. Because every time I saw a knife, I remember the pain, and I'm like, nobody
Oh,
should go through
this
this.
poor so what do you not do like this in the
Nobody.
level? So what kid can
He eventually kicked in though, but
But at least at the
it was
beginning,
towards the
the
end,
end.
right? Because that was when I lost a little bit of consciousness. I didn't even know that they are, that if you read
Yes.
about CS a lot, they have to open a lot of
Yeah,
layers.
yeah.
So I felt it at like the first, second, third cuts. So I think it was from like fourth, fifth that I was no longer feeling it still. But that cut, I can never forget it in my life.
Funny enough, I did CS. I was in labor for 24 hours. One was not progressing, they did CS, and I don't think I want to do CS again. I just got to just make it fast. I don't. So
Yeah.
I have threshold for pain. Although I don't want to. That doesn't mean God not give me pain. No.
Actually,
But
with my experience too, I told myself that if I ever decide to have another child, I don't think I want CS
I don't
too.
want CS even from my
Because of what
experience.
I experienced.
Yeah, I don't like
I
it
don't
though.
know. Now, maybe I'll still give it a try. But maybe,
CS.
yeah, maybe I'll still give it a try. See, bro.
Yeah, I think unless I have to.
I
Have to, but if you would ask me, let's
Yeah.
just give another reason is because CS recovery is really. I don't know
Oh,
about,
yeah.
but it's also really
We're coming
slow.
to
And
that.
I've had
Yeah.
a baby, so I need I don't have the time. I still need to at least have myself a bit. So there's already normal hormones, normal this thing. They're not be doing CS recovery. I'm like
Yeah, you're
see,
actually
my
absolutely
love,
right.
let you have to progress. I said that it is easier. I'll not move fast. Oh yeah, let's enter postpartum.
Yeah, so moving forward, I had my child, all of that went well, thank God.
Hallelujah.
Postpartum, well, CS recovery is slow, but I would
Mm.
honestly say I had a fast recovery.
Mm.
See that thing about God just being gracious to me, to be honest. Or rather, well, I also tried my best to do the work, and
Yeah.
also, but as at the time I started walking, the doctors told me that I should not attempt it. Like, I'm not even supposed to be walking. I said,
They told me work like
walk,
job or
walk.
they told me after from the next morning they told me to start working.
Oh, no, no, no. So I wasn't
Ah.
supposed to
Hmm.
start working because there was like a lot of, it felt like, so doctor, the way they put it was like double recovery. You know,
Mm.
they had already brought me out of the theater. They finished stitching me up. I was already on the like the bed, the
Mm.
ward bed, trying to recover. You know, I was, God, and the drugs. These are how people get addicted to drugs.
There's one drug they gave me, they call it paint or something.
Gosh.
They gave me like this, I slept. It was as if they knocked.
Without that drugs, the pain
I
is
agree. The
not,
pain. Yeah.
is crazy.
It's crazy.
I was screaming. There's also the story of, you know, staying in the hospital for too long. I was just really tired. I was like, I feel like
Who
I'll
was I helping with your
recover.
baby during that time?
Oh, so my baby had jaundice.
Mm.
And so that was, you know, that was another story entirely. So he was doing phototherapy. It was so bad. They said that phototherapy might not even work. They might have to do blood transfusion. I say, me and God did not have this
Agreement.
Me, I'm already traumatized. My baby cannot be
Yeah.
traumatized.
Yeah.
Two of us
And blood
cannot go through
transfusion
it.
is not even like you put this thing.
It's through
There's
their
the
navel.
navel.
Yeah.
So imagine a newborn baby. They are
To
doing
the navel.
to the
Shook the
navel.
navel. I said, nope, we're not doing that. But like, thankfully, the phototherapy worked and we moved on. So all through this time, it was still at the children's ward, those babies'
Okay.
wards and
So
all
they were
of
the
that.
ones watching. The
So
nurses were watching him.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because I could not do anything
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
Then I went home. Now imagine the how cranky. God, I was cranky.
Yeah.
Any small thing, if you touch me, if you cry too much, I will drop you. Like, I was really cranky. Postpartum. It took a lot of. It took my mom, thankfully, because my mom had 4 CS. Yeah, I don't know what that one is looking for, but anyway, she had four. She had um for child process
Mm-hmm.
and all of that. So she could relate.
Hmm.
And so a lot of times she would tell me, even before I experienced it, she would tell me this is how you be feeling. At a point in time, you will feel cold.
Yeah. You'll
When
be
the
shaking.
epidural is,
Yeah. Wearing off.
wearing off, you start
Yeah.
shivering.
Yeah.
So when those periods came, I didn't really,
We are not concerned.
I
You
was not
understood.
concerned. I understood and postpartum and all of that. Now, reality check. I have a business to run.
Mm-hmm.
I
And so
had,
since you're talking about business
yeah.
and we're already entering that part, so let's start before pregnancy. So take us back again. What was business like before your child? I mean, you've talked about business during pregnancy. You were still able to, work. So
Yeah.
what was it looking
So
like?
before pregnancy, I had a fiscal 9 to 5,
Okay.
and I also had like my business that I was running.
Say the name now. You had Creamix. Come
I
on,
had
they guys
Creamix.
know. So you
I
are
had
carrying.
Creamix as well. Yeah, I had Creamix. I had a fiscal 9 to 5. Um, Also before pregnancy, I was doing Creamix all by myself.
Hmm.
Right. I had an assistant, but it wasn't really. I think I had the assistant for a short period of time.
Hmm.
Eventually, it was just me. So every time I came back from work, I would just cover people's orders and go. When I found out I was pregnant, I started looking at getting a store. Before I
Hmm.
even got thought about a store, I started thinking of getting an assistant. Okay,
Hmm.
I'm pregnant now. I need to start putting a lot of structure.
Yeah.
Kind of like just thinking about when I'm not able
Yeah.
and this business still has to run. So it was then I was like, wait, so we're doing well, oh, numbers is okay. Let me open store now. Like,
Shit.
we can as well
Already
just
global,
got it.
international.
We can as well just open a store, get staff and all of that. So I think it was in my second trimester, I started like looking for a space. I got a space. I hired staff. We started working. If in fact, felt like a dream. And I
Hmm.
think that it felt easy because to some extent, even when I was working alone, I had structure.
Yeah.
So I had processes for almost everything. I
Yeah.
had days where I went to the markets to restock. I had days where I had time for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if I want to cover a cake, I'd rather do it. Even though, yes, because I was doing a physical job as well, I was like I had to be in office,
Mm-hmm.
I was usually working mostly at midnight, even though I had that. But I still had that time. I
Mm-hmm.
still had processes. Okay, if this order went out, how do I reach out to customers?
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you most likely will never know if you patronized me then. If you patronize Creamix then, you most likely would never know that it was a one-man business.
Yeah.
It was that structured. So when I eventually got a store, it was easy to just transfer
Transition.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I already had SOPs when I was the only one.
Shame. Well, that's why I said
So
she's a business coach. Oh, follow her. You will learn.
yeah, so when I got a storefront and I hired for roles, I just really transferred the processes to them. Oh, this is how I want you to work. This is how we do it here.
Yeah.
This is how we talk to customers. This is our templates,
Mm-hmm.
all those things. And so it was sort of easy for
Mm-hmm.
me to transition in pregnancy. Now, when I entered third trimester, I started prepping one of my staff to be able to make decisions,
Hmm.
so that if I wasn't able to, because then again, I'm the one that says I want CS. What if I actually fall into labor? Like, I
Yeah.
was trying to think of all the possible scenarios
Yeah.
and just find answers or plans to them. And so business was sort of structured, that way.
Mm-hmm.
So after pregnancy, after I gave birth, postpartum, I had to go back into business because now we're now maxing out on capacity.
How
There
many
was
months after did you go back? Hey? How many days? How many
yeah,
weeks?
that's the right question. Almost.
Kids, don't do this at
That's
home,
the right question.
please.
No, by go back, not like enter production. No,
Okay.
I didn't do production. At
Yeah,
that
back
time,
list.
self, before I gave birth, I already ended off production.
Hmm.
So I wasn't even doing production. I was just like doing admin stuff,
Yeah.
operations basically. So going back was not production. It was just
Mm.
really we have like so, okay, then I was the only one that was doing wedding cakes.
Okay.
So my staff then they didn't have that capacity.
Mm.
So we had like backlog on of messages on wedding cakes. That's when I started, okay, I need to hire a fondant person
Hmm.
in case of scenarios like
Yeah,
this.
this, yeah.
So going back did not really feel stressful
Hmm.
because I already prepped.
You had planned well.
I had planned well, basically. It wasn't really stressful. It was stressful in thinking, but
Hmm.
not necessarily in doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
I had people for different things,
Mm-hmm.
and I just sort of took advantage of the periods or the times that I'm most productive.
Yeah.
So I know myself. I know that I work anything that has to do with brain work. It's
Mm-hmm.
early in the morning or midnight, you'll catch me doing that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you ask me 3 p.m. or 1 p.m.
You know,
for
go
something
work.
I need to think about,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an answer because my brain has already shut down, shut down. Like I just want to do plug and play
Yeah.
around those periods. So I just sort of like maximized those midnight. So those midnights is when I'll sit down, think of sales strategy
Mm.
because I was the one handling our sales strategy, marketing,
Mm.
everything.
Mm.
So those midnights is when I'll sit down, do this, do
Mm.
that. Then in the morning, I will just send like to-do list to my social media managers. Okay, let's do this, let's do this. This is what we're doing for this month. Let's create content around it. Operations, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. So it was easier for me to go back into business initially
Mm.
when I had my mom.
Mm.
Reality eating when my mommy left. After
That's how many months after?
hey, 3 months. She even tried. She did 3 months. So 3 months after was
And then your 9 to 5 job, you had quit.
oh yes, I had quit
Yeah.
my 9 to 5. Yes, I forgot to mention that. So I had quit my 9 to 5 job before I even gave birth.
Mm-hmm.
I just knew that I wasn't going to be able to do that physical everyday thing
Yeah.
anymore. If especially because I got a storefront
Mm-hmm.
and I needed to build that one.
Yeah.
So I wanted to focus on my business and I told
Mm-hmm.
myself that any job I get after this, I have to be able to prioritize this business.
Yeah.
So it has to give me that sort of time.
Mm-hmm.
So when my mommy left, reality check. Oh Jesus God. I was like it felt like all the plans that I had planned.
You didn't plan.
It's crazy. It was really crazy. I wake up some morning like this, I'll just be like, so who sent me?
That's so real.
Why? Why did I have to, And sometimes I would feel so guilty. I
Hmm.
would feel so guilty that I was not paying attention to the child. I'll feel so guilty that I was not paying attention to my husband. I'll feel so guilty that I'm not paying attention to the business. I'll feel so guilty. I'll feel so guilty about every other thing apart from me.
Hmm.
And I was just like, it felt like a lot. I also used to not like nannies.
Hmm.
I,
Have you changed? Did you say like them? You say not.
I still, well,
You have faith that there are good people out there, but
yeah. So
okay.
before I gave birth, I already had it in my mind that I wasn't going to get a nanny.
Yeah.
Right? That even if I wanted anything, maybe somebody's just coming once in a while, but not leaving.
Reality check.
Reality check. I just called my boss then. I said, please, I'm looking for a nanny. She said, Ini, you want a nanny? I said, yes, I need a nanny. You know, so I had to get a nanny
Mm-hmm.
to ease off work from me. I also learned a lot about self-awareness. I just had to
Hmm.
it was that period that I learned a lot on productivity.
Hmm.
Because at a point in time, I started feeling like the things that I hated. So remember when I was in school, I used to say a lot of one of the reasons why I didn't want to enter marriage was because I felt like women had to shut down a lot of things in
Yeah.
their lives
Yeah.
to be able to, raise children, to be able
Mm-hmm.
to build a home. So I started feeling like I was that person that was
That was things
shutting down
go.
a lot of things.
Hmm.
So I now kept telling myself that this is what I was running away from now. Like
Hmm. Hmm.
now this is my reality. So
Hmm.
I was, instead of me just praying, having conversations with God, just spending time with God, trying to spend time with God, because honestly, there's no time like that. Instead of me focusing on that, I was focusing on what I didn't want to do, and
Hmm.
I'm already doing it.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so at that period, I was like, this is what I'm running away from. Now I'm here.
Hmm.
So what's the point
Hmm.
if I'm eventually
Going to just
going to just
yeah.
shut things down? um I hear a lot of stories about people falling, moms being depressed after postpartum,
Yeah.
and honestly I agree 100%, because
Yeah.
when you think about how much has to stop
Yeah. How
for
much
you
has to
to how much
change?
has to change
Yeah.
for you to actually be a mom, it feels like a lot.
Yeah.
So for me, it took understanding that life is in seasons,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
the fact that things have to change does not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily mean that the purpose is not going to be fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that kept me grounded and helped me be better
Mm-hmm.
in approaching motherhood and business was actually understanding that my business on its own is not, I'm not doing the business because I just want to run a business.
Yeah.
There's sort of like a purpose attached to it.
Yeah.
Like I I tell you a lot that
Yeah.
sometimes when things are not going well, I go
Mm-hmm.
back to God and I'm like,
This is why this business exists, though.
if this thing does not work, this thing is not going
Your
to
purpose no
happen.
go happen, no.
Literally, like, God, it has to work.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, how do I do this? How
Mm.
do I fulfill this?
Mm.
How am I able to fund these things?
Mm.
So, um, understanding that purpose and just holding on to the anchor is sort of like what made me say, you know what, I can't do this thing.
Yes, the.
I also had, that's the thing about mirrors of possibilities. I also had
Mm.
mirrors of possibilities. Have you seen My Pastor's Wife?
Glory.
Like,
Whoosh and
there's
glory.
just so much about you being a mom that you don't necessarily have to. And this is not to say that if you're a stay-at-home mom, you're not
Yeah.
doing. As long as you're raising a child,
Yeah.
trust me,
You're doing a lot.
I promise you, you are doing a lot.
Yeah.
Even me like this. If God should just tell me that I want you to stay at home. Oh, I'll stay at home. My own question would just be like, God, oh yeah, where will you be giving money from?
Mm-hmm.
Like literally. Um, and so it was just me understanding that. Sorry,
Sorry.
it was just me understanding that this business at the end of the day, there's a purpose to it.
Mm-hmm.
This child as well, there is a purpose to the child.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have to find a way
To make it work.
to make it work.
Yeah.
Because one would not suffer for the other.
Yeah.
The business will not suffer for the child
Child
will
do
not
not
suffer
suffer
for
for
the
the
business.
business. Yeah.
If at all, I also had to, prioritize. Like,
Mm.
if at all one has to even suffer, let the business go.
Hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
I came to a point when,
Pause, because I know you, and for you to come to that
yeah,
point,
yeah,
it takes a lot.
yeah. I came to that point where I was like, you
Hmm.
know what? If at all, because I like that you said you know me a lot. If you know me
Hmm.
well, I like the business go.
As if
Business I've been nurturing for how many years? Let me go.
Hmm.
It's gonna be
Hmm.
hard. But I came to that conclusion that one doesn't have to suffer for the other.
Yeah.
I've seen examples. I've seen, oh my God, YouTube is such an amazing platform.
Yeah.
I would research moms that are working,
Hmm.
moms that are in business.
Hmm.
I would just be listening to them,
Wow.
different things, trying to see how people balance things. Of course, I know that everybody's realities are different,
Yeah.
but I also know that you can pick a tone of thing,
Mm-hmm.
especially if somebody is in the current phase. Somebody has gone through the phase that
That you
you
are
are
in
currently in.
currently.
I
Yeah.
strongly believe in taking points from that person and
Yeah.
running with it. And so when I saw those possibilities, I'm just like, I can do this shit. Sorry. I can do this thing. Just cut it out. I just knew that I can do this thing, literally.
Yeah.
And I was like, I told myself that I would make sure that I do it well without extremely burning myself out,
Yes.
so that I can be an example to other moms as well
Yeah.
that want to be able to do multiple things at the same time.
Yeah.
Um, did I burn out? Once in a while. Yes, I did. A
Mm.
couple of times. I won't lie.
Mm.
I did. But
Mm.
every single time that I faced the burnout, I think, in fact, I stopped getting burnt out when I eventually found out the things that burn me out.
Hmm.
I just sat down like, you know what? When I'm reaching this stage, what happens?
Hmm.
I realized that for someone like me, I like a very clean space.
Yeah.
You see, I like a very clean and spacious space. Let me put it that way.
Space day, space
Space,
day.
let there be space. Let me be seen. Like, I'm the kind of person that if left to me, I can only have one chair in my house. I just want to be seen in that space. If it was left to me, I just want to see that there is space, you know. And so when I realized that, one of the things I did was I just decluttered some things. I said, this is not necessary. Please,
Yeah.
out, out, out. I had decluttered a lot of things. And then I hired cleaners. I said, okay, if space being dirty is my problem,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, now I can afford to get cleaners.
Yeah.
Let them come in, deep clean. Every
Mm-hmm.
time. My husband says himself that every time they come to deep clean our house, I'm always happy. Yes, because that's like sort of like what works for me.
Yeah.
I had to sit down and say, okay, every time that I face burnout, it's either
Mm-hmm.
because I'm stressed from
Mm-hmm.
trying to clean up, or
Mm-hmm.
I'm just stressed about something.
Mm-hmm.
And say, okay, how can I reduce this stress?
Yeah.
I know that business stress, I most likely cannot reduce it yet,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a lot of thinking and not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily doing.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones that I can do and I can afford,
Yeah, you do.
I might as well just pay for it. Like,
Yeah.
really, I might just let it go. And it's one of the reasons why I also got a nanny. I'm like, I need to remove this ideology that I don't like a nanny.
Yeah.
If this is gonna help me, let me
Yeah.
get one.
Yeah.
If cleaning is gonna help me, let me get somebody that
Yeah.
cleans. If spacious place is gonna help me,
Let me do
let me
that.
do that.
Yeah.
So I, I will tell my husband, I have to repaint this house. I cannot see very well, so this house has to be painted again. Those kind of thing, because I just want to see. Sometimes I'll just go out, not because I want to do anything, because I just want to, like, observe. I just want to see. I just want to see
Yeah. And
what.
that's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And so for me, it was just really understanding how my mind works, what burns me out, and
Yeah.
making sure that I marry both of them
Yeah.
together, and such that one doesn't suffer for
For the
another.
other. Yeah.
In fact, there's so many things that I have had to learn, that one of the things I did, I used to think that I can't do without my phone.
Hmm.
Because I'm a business person.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know
It's happening.
I want to know what they are saying to customers. So I will be paping like this. I had to tell myself. It was even one of my mentors that told me that I can't build a global business like that. That
Hmm.
if I'm always checking what they are doing,
Hmm.
is proof that I didn't train them well.
Yeah.
It's proof that because if they cannot follow my processes well, and I
Mm-hmm.
trust that of course, yes, check once in a while.
Yeah, of course,
But
but
if
not
I'm
that
always
monitoring spirits.
why did you say this? Why do you say that? If you don't let them learn once in a while, they can't really build your business. You can't scale that business.
Yeah.
And so when you get more staff,
Yeah.
when I was pregnant, I would really want. I had 3 staff. Now we're
But now
about
we're
9.
global. Yeah, and we have 2 branches in Shomolu and
Glory to God.
Ikorodu.
Now we're like about 9, right? Full time, and I have like 3 extra part time. Imagine that I didn't take that advice then. I cannot be checking 9 people's work at the
Yep.
same time. Who am
Yep.
I? Like,
Mm-hmm.
now I can sit down, take time off, literally. Like sometimes I close the business like I will just log out. Oh, these people will be fine. I'll log in back in 2 weeks
Wow.
and check. Are you people shut down the business?
What's happening here?
What's happening here?
Wow.
But all of that would not have been possible if I didn't come to terms with the fact that, okay, I love this business so much,
Yeah.
but if one thing has to suffer
Yeah.
for this season,
Mm-hmm.
it cannot be the child.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think one other thing that helped me was when I was pregnant. Remember that I told you that the boss that I worked with then, the way she related with her child, I just saw how the child grew up, and I'm just like,
This is beautiful.
this is what I want. Like,
Yeah.
if this all I get, I'm good,
Yeah.
I'm
That's so
fine.
beautiful.
And so that kind of mindset, in fact, it was that child that made me start researching about Montessori. That, and I'm saying,
Hmm.
what, my child is going to Montessori school. No matter what it will cost, it has to be Montessori. I just really loved the way the child grew up, the way the child was not necessarily independent, but like, because children can never be independent,
Yeah.
but just the way the child can, think about things, the growing up, understanding things, and all of that. And I'm like, if I have to sacrifice the business
For this.
for this phase, then so be it.
Hmm.
And so, in fact, the job that I currently do as content marketer,
Oshé.
she'll
Leave me make I do my own. Make you to focus on
she'll
your
make it
own.
sorrow.
How you talk? Mm.
So the job I currently do, in fact, when I applied for the job, I sort of didn't want to. But when I eventually did, I had a feeling that I would get the job. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Fun fact, there's no job I've applied for that I don't get. Let me just put it out there.
We brag differently. You see why she's my
Now
international
me, they
friend.
always say, I'm sorry.
I can't
I
take
can't
this.
take this.
See, don't you see? Let me, all these things Ini is sharing. She doesn't keep it to herself. You have to follow her really, because she does a lot of business tips. I mean, you've done classes,
Yeah.
and all of that. So there's a well of knowledge as it relates to businesses that you can also pick for it. I think you were still speaking on the content marketing
Yeah,
thing.
so it was at the point where I felt like, okay, I think before, when I
Mm,
quit my job when I was
mm,
pregnant, normally I would have looked for another job, because one
mm.
of the reasons why I am doing a job with my business is because I didn't want to. First of all, the business is not yet paying me salary,
Yeah.
because I have a lot of people that they are paying salary.
Mm.
So I'm like, you know what? Me, I have a skill
Yeah,
that
that I
can
can
earn me
use.
money.
That's so smart.
So I would rather use that skill, and
Yeah.
then when the business can pay me the kind of, because the salary that I'm collecting, business can no fit pay me. So I'm like, when business can pay me that kind of money, I'm happy to go full time
Yeah.
DU on the business. But right now, so that I will not touch business money,
Yeah.
I have to get another
Yeah.
job. And one of the things I like telling people is, especially people in business, it's okay to get a job.
Yeah. Just fine.
Yes,
I think what
it's
she did was it's a
okay.
remote flexible
Yes,
job.
yes, yes. So
So
what I
yeah,
eventually did
yeah.
was I had like checklists.
Yeah.
So every time people sent me job opportunities, like, Ini, I think you'd be fit for this role, blah blah blah, I would check it and be like, It's not remote, it's hybrid. Not interested.
Hmm.
Like, so I had a checklist that because I wanted it to be a job
Mm-hmm.
where I would be able to also do my business.
Mm-hmm.
Not the one that will be at the office. They'll not be calling me,
Ma.
mama, mama,
Yeah.
mama, mama. This is happening. So I wanted to be at peace. I wanted a job that if I decide to do my job between
Mm-hmm.
1 a.m. and 4 a.m.,
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Then during the day, I can
I
do my
can do
business.
whatever.
Exactly. And that's what I currently do.
Yeah.
So it was sort of like a checklist. So when I eventually said, you know what, let me try, it was even just, that day was a joke. I not plan it. I was like,
Let me
let me
just
go and
try.
whine these people. No whine, no, please. So in case my employer sees this. I was just like, let me try looking
God.
for a job. Let me.
Yeah.
And I just came across this LinkedIn post and I'm like,
Yeah.
let me apply. I read it. I said, wait, hold on.
Hmm.
Let me give you guys one tip if you're looking for a job. Go and read the job description.
Hmm.
Go when you read the job description finish, go and read your CV.
Hmm. See if it
It didn't
matches.
line, it did align. If it did not align, go and tweak your CV. Even if it is
Hmm.
not so, for a role like mine, for if you're in marketing or anything, one of the things that happened was when I was applying for the role, I wanted me, I don't like to waste time.
Hmm.
If it's a job that does not align with my skill, I'm not going to try my luck.
Yeah.
Yes, there's such a thing as trying your luck, but
Mm-hmm.
there are just some times where I'm like, I'm not interested in trying the luck. I don't have this skill. I
Yeah.
don't want to lie about it on the
Mm-hmm.
job. If it's a skill that maybe I know about it, but I have just not really
Gotten the
gotten the
experience.
experience and I know that I can do it,
Yeah.
yes, that's different.
Yeah.
Right. So when I read the job description, I'm just like, this one, this one, this one. How can I know about this thing, but I have not really put it
In
into
depth.
practice. I'm not going in
Mm-hmm.
depth. So I said, okay. I saw the deadline for the application.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm going to apply on the deadline. So it was still in 2 weeks. So I went back. I did some things on my end. So good thing is, as a business owner, I can test run things with my business. That's what I'm here to do. Any marketing idea I have, I will go and run it in my business first. See if it works. If it works, I pick the lessons. I put it in other things
Things.
that I'm doing or any business that I'm working with. And so I just went to test run some of the things. I'm like, I can do it, Joe. Maybe this one. And so
Yeah.
it
I
gave me the
apply. And that,
confidence
wow.
to apply for the job. Right. I even
Wow.
added it to my portfolio safe.
Yeah.
If
And
I
see how your business has helped you build, a skill
yeah,
that you can then use because I know a lot of women that have done, motherhood and are trying to find, what they can do. And I'll tell them that. And I know I also understand, people want to do the business. People really want to be busy. People want to go to, so like, but if what you have is to bake, why not start with that? Like it may not look the big
yeah,
thing that you have in your head, but start with that and build from there and just see where that takes you. At least open your heart because you don't know what skill that can then lead you into another thing, then another thing, and from
absolutely.
and from there. But I know that we need to wrap up,
Yeah.
right? And I just want to ask, I was going to ask how your husband has played a role in all of this. So two last questions. How he has played a role in all of this and your faith journey, the role God Himself has played in everything.
I used to say that my husband is the best person I could have married. Because, hey, God. In terms of like things that I have to do,
Yeah.
understanding how important some things are to me,
Mm.
my husband is a big fan. Like, I don't think if you move close to my husband, I don't think I need to preach my business too much if you are close with my husband because if you just any small thing, sometimes my wife does it. I was like, no, 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 don't worry,
It's
don't tell
okay.
them. Like my husband is my biggest supporter.
Aw.
He would, if I have an idea, he just needs me to say I have this idea. I've already fleshed it out. One thing about me is that I'm not so much a great risk taker.
Taker.
People don't know that, but I like to take risk based on data.
Hmm.
My husband is data or no data.
I get
Try
my
it
law.
out.
Let's go.
Try it out. So even in motherhood journey, of course, postpartum, if you ask any mom postpartum, truthfully, there's no period in postpartum that you know we're not cranky towards your husband.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
Yeah.
You will
Yeah.
be
Mm-hmm.
because you are seeing the person is sleeping peacefully. You are, why are you sleeping? Why are you sleep? Can't you watch with me?
Can't you wait for 1 hour?
You know, but even at that time, I had to. It took me learning that we are both first time parents. It's both our
Yeah.
first time experiencing this, and everybody just learning that okay, this what works for me, this what doesn't
Mm-hmm.
work for me, this what I would rather do. My husband
Mm-hmm.
likes to plan, schedule, do this one, do this one. Me, I will plan, oh, but like if it comes, can we just
Can we just go?
can we just go first, and so but like business wise, oh, my husband is my biggest supporter. He would tell me I just go, like even if the idea is stupid, he would allow me try it out.
Yeah.
um Even with my job and all of that, my husband is not one of those men that will say, you're doing too much. Doing what? I'll say, well, do this thing, or that kind of thing. And with my son now, like I sleep well. Gosh, God bless that man. He
Hallelujah.
dresses him up for school. I really literally don't. I just wake up and say, oh, bye, see you later. That's the only thing I do this mornings, like this school time, during school period. He took it upon himself to like literally just pick him up, make his breakfast,
Wow,
prep
take
him
him to
for school,
school.
take him to school. Then me, I do the picking up most of
Mm-hmm.
the time. Even though now I found a way to make sure that he's the one that is picking up too. You know, I'll just say, this guy, you just go and pick up. I'm actually really tired. And he will do it. So yeah, also because my husband is really particular about being there, being
Yeah.
present.
Yeah.
So I don't have to explain too much
Mm-hmm.
for him to be present for his
Mm-hmm.
child. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to do all those. Don't you see your child, and he
Mm.
doesn't have to do. Can't you see I'm making money for all of us? No, we don't do.
Mm.
Really, excuse me, we don't do that. So it makes it easy to be able to do. Many times I'm stressed. Oh, I'm actually stressed a lot of times, but it just makes it easy when you know that you have support system. Anytime that I'm stressed, you'll be like, should we call mommy to come to Lagos? I say, yes, let's call
Aw.
mommy to come to Lagos. Let's call my
And
mommy.
thank God for mommy.
Thank God
Oh.
for my mom. Literally. I don't know what I would have done without support system,
Yeah,
honestly.
and that's the key.
I don't
It's one of
know.
the keys.
I
Yeah.
don't know what I would have done. God, hmm, I like to say that God really just orders my step, even unknowingly,
Mm.
even in situations where I don't know.
Mm.
Sometimes, in fact, many times, I recently just realized now that there are some things that I go through that it's sort of intentional.
Hmm.
One, for my growth, two, for the growth of others.
Hmm.
Because I have seen time and again how that I go through a particular phase.
Yeah.
I'm so like, why now? Why now? Why now? I get a solution.
Mm-hmm.
I come out of it. Shortly after, somebody sends me a message.
With that same problem.
Please, I'm having this issue. And I'm just
Is this why me to have to go through it? Wow.
I'm just like, oh, this is small. You just dey start.
Hmm.
I know I've told you a lot of times that you just dey start. It's literally in terms of like both motherhood and business wise,
Wow.
even job wise. I get a lot of questions. How do you manage both? How do you manage everything? How do you manage everything? I mean, I'm just like, Omo, put the two together with
Yeah.
proper time management. You can get so having God is literally many times when I'm overwhelmed, I just say, God, if you actually don't help me,
Hmm.
like I can't do anything. Like
Hmm.
it's just coming to that point where I think that I have come to the point where God is my source.
Yeah.
Everything else has to flow.
Yeah.
There's a constant consciousness with me now,
Mm-hmm.
even that I didn't have, say, 2 years ago. There's this constant consciousness that, okay, whatever it is that I'm doing, even if I'm being successful at it,
Mm-hmm.
I still have to come to the point where I'm taking from the source,
Mm-hmm.
not my head knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Not I know, yes, by the grace of God, I know a lot of things now about
Mm-hmm.
business, but still sitting down and saying, God, this is the purpose of the business.
Yeah.
There are many times in my business where it feels like sometimes I'm even scared that is this the end of the business? Because it
Hmm.
just feels like a lot is happening. We are
Hmm.
spending so much on expenses, on repairs, sales are not coming in as much. I just go back. Every time I've seen it as a pattern. Every time I just go back to God, I be like, God,
I beg.
if you don't help Cremix. Like, I say this thing a lot. This is how I actually say it. I'm not even joking. I don't do, yes, there's time for prayer, praying in tongues and all that. But many times when I'm at that point, I just do, God, if you actually don't help me, I cannot do this thing. Like, remember this. We have to do this thing. Like, it's part of our plan. You literally gave me the plan. This is how we'll be able to do this. And if Quimix cannot do this, then what's like, I'm not going to be able to fulfill purpose. One of the purpose of my business is being able to, how do I phrase this now? Is helping families, helping families have a source of income. So it's literally a purpose for my business.
And sorry to pause you there.
Yeah.
And this is why I love this conversation. We're wrapping up. This is why I love, because you are baking cake.
Yeah.
But behind it, the main purpose is not that.
It's not the cake.
On the outside, that's what you
It's not
see.
the cake.
But that's not the major thing carrying the business.
So that's the thing. Because you know that there is a purpose to this business. It pushes you to be excellent so that the business succeeds. Most of my attitude to excellence comes from this thing must not fail. The reason why I strive for excellence is that this thing has to be great, not just good, great, such that people are able to like come back more and more. We are able to like acquire and retain more customers. When we can do that, then we can fulfill this purpose. It's literally such as like a planning backwards. Like, it's not let's do this so that we can do this. This is what we want to do. So that we have to do this. Literally, that's how I think about my business.
In the future, should I say this year? I should tell you off camera. I have a thought.
Yeah.
Should I say it here? Should I say it? I'll tell you off camera.
Okay.
Maybe so let me just share it. Because for me, one thing people don't really know is I'm really big on business. Because I do a lot of things. But at the core of it, I think Sean is really, like, if not for my love for God and God just, so you people will not see me here. This is one of my, I just love the Lord.
Yeah.
And so I have to do it excellently. I have to give him my all.
Yeah.
But if you know me, I am not interested in the camera. And that's why you see most times I don't post family. I don't post it's not because I'm trying to hide or be secretive. It's not really in me.
It's
not really in me. I'm just doing it because God wants me to do it. I just really like business. Like, business is really, my own thing. I think maybe in the future we'll host a business podcast.
Okay, now.
But God will carry us on that journey.
Okay.
So there's a slogan that we say to close. I don't use my hand. It says, we are mothers, we are believers, and we are working in purpose.
Okay.
So on the count of 3, we'll just look at the camera and say that. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We are mothers, we are believers, and we are working in purpose.
Clock it.